You cannot be a well-rounded, good street rider if you did not ride park first. Today, I will be breaking down park versus street scootering, what they are, and the difference between the two. These terms get mixed up all the time, and each side has their own stereotypes. But honestly, I think that's all going away because of a new style called hybrid riding, but we'll save that for a future video. Now, before I break down street scootering, let me strap on the GoPro and get a little bit of riding for you guys. Let us get warmed up. I got the skate park to myself. Ugh. Gotta warm these knees up. Do a little grabber thing. Oh, blunt. First try. Let's try to backflip and then kind of hop over. Heel it. I'm gonna do a little riding segments in between me telling you guys about street and park riding. Rotor. Let's get a little B-lip. Always gotta get my warm up backflip in. Front lip. Phoebe. Can never figure that thing out, like hopping straight and then feebling this. All right, I'm gonna try to kind of slide the spine like this, like I normally do, or I grind across like that. I'm gonna try to do that, but I'm gonna start in the middle and try to shoot off the spine into the roller somehow. Oh, that was horrible. I want to do it oh, sticky icky. I want to do it fluidly. That was kind of it. Okay, I worked on these for a while and kind of got them down, and then now I haven't been doing them, and that being 270 lips. Oh, I was gonna say I was gonna try to land one right now, but I just did it first try. It's all about that angle. Let's try to do that feeble again. I always slip out of it. That's my problem. Oh, psych, bruh. Just like the 270 lip, I just did it easy. Let's try to do something else. I think the trick with that was hitting it more from the left rather than the right. Every time I hit it from the right, I would slip out. Oh, nose bonk. 3 downhill. Easy money. I'm gonna try to run that and do a little techie John, because I just did a little back lip slap thing. Aw, dang it. All right, re-up. Oh my God. I did what I did on the first time, but I was going so fast I had to commit to it. It was nice feeble, but it wasn't what I wanted. I think I gotta lean forward more. Dang it, I stuck. That was it, I gotta get right here. Nice. All right, before I land this, let's get into me breaking down street riding, and then when we come back, I'm gonna land this little techie John on the hip. Let me break down street riding first. The basic definition is where you enjoy riding the world or the streets, hence the name. You ride in front of buildings, parking garages, or schools, basically anything that isn't a skate park. The obstacles of choice are mainly but not limited to rails and ledges. Now, the deeper definition of street riding is a lot deeper than just not riding a skate park. There is a style to it and a culture. Starting from the clothes you wear to the type of parts you ride, and even what camera you film with. Street riders have mainly always chose the kind of skater baggy clothes look. This is because the roots always go back to skate culture, and we get a lot of inspiration from skateboarding. Street skating has the roots of film and videography, where the camcorder is the all-rising star. You may have heard the name VX1000 come up before while you were at the skate park, or maybe you haven't, but it's basically where it all started when it came to video and street skating. A huge cultural root of skateboarding is making video parts to show off your skills and posting them on YouTube. This is also huge in scootering too, and the OG camera of choice in scootering instead of the VX1000 is actually the HMC 150. Although camcorders have played a massive role in how we document scootering, the spike of high quality HD video is currently happening, but I'll get into that in a totally different video. One thing I forgot to mention is the size of parts for street riders. Like I mentioned earlier, rails and ledges are the preferred obstacle of choice, and those obstacles require balance, and balance is given when you have a longer and wider deck. When you see a scooter rider with a bigger scooter at the skate park, 80% of the time you can guess that they are a street rider. Now that I broke down street riding, let's hop back on the GoPro and I'll get a little more footage for you guys. All right, as promised, I gotta land this hip John right here. No, that was it. No more games. I missed the coping. There we go. I literally landed ski and squatted and almost clipped. I would have died, but I landed it for you guys as promised. So let's move on from this stupid trick. Said a what?
A 3-whip to bar on the clam.
On clam? I got you. Kinda feeling like riding the happy, so we're gonna get a couple air tricks in. Let's start with a bar. Bar rewind. Bar rewind, rewind. Ooh, first tee. All right, downhill. Whip, bar. Downhill bar. Easy money, baby. Fundamentals, fundamentals, fundamentals. I wanna run a couple roll-in tricks real quick. Back to the basics. Full whip. Let's add a bar to that. Oh, does that count? I don't think it does. I gotta clean that up. Ooh, definitely glad I redid that because I was clean, baby. I'm thinking about trying a trick I've never done before. We're gonna start with the basic of that trick though. Just gonna do a simple finger whip. Simple enough, right? Now let's do the trick I would like to try after that on its own too. Rotor. Now let's try to combine the two. But before we get to that, let's get into breaking down park riding now. Park riding is unfortunately a little more surface level, which isn't necessarily a bad thing because of how crucial it is. Park riding is a huge stepping stone and foundation for scooter riding. The reason for that being, park riding is where you learn the basics, the fundamentals, where you learn how to bar spin, bri flip, and tail whip. You cannot be a good, well-rounded scooter rider without these. Park riding is also in the name and self-explanatory. That being, you prefer to ride the skate park, do high jumps and complicated trick combinations. The obstacles of choice are basically anything with transition, preferably at least, because flyout unfortunately does exist. If you guys want me to do a video on why flyout is bad, let me know in the comments down below. Park riding doesn't have as much of a cultural aspect to it, like the clothes you wear and what you film on, because park riding consists of mostly the younger generation. These kids are not aware of style because they're still figuring out what they do and don't like within their own riding. For example, I was at Woodward recently and there was a kid whose favorite rider was Nolan Shoemaker. He had a very similar setup, but he didn't have his own style yet because he was still copying Nolan's, but hell did his riding look good. And you bet yourself that kid's style was developing quicker than any kid I've seen at that young of an age. He probably did pick one of the best riders to base his style off of though. When it comes to filming and park riding, 90% of kids just film on their phones for Instagram to help grow their social media so they can look out for new potential sponsors. This again is 90% because I've recently stepped up to take the role of showcasing park scootering to how it used to be, just like street riding. If you would like to see some insane park scootering, check out Olay Brand's YouTube channel. That's where I've dropped 2 of the recent park scootering edits, like the Nate and Hunter video and the next generation Olay Brand edit. Now that I've broken down park riding, let me strap the GoPro back on. As promised, I'm gonna try to do this finger rotor. I've never done it before, so we're gonna see how close I could get. If it's outrageously difficult, I'm not gonna continue, but I wanna give it a go since I've never tried it. Okay, I'll give her a couple more attempts. Oh, I think I could get that. Oh, I so got that. Excuse me for riding fly out too. I apologize. It's just, this rolling is so nice. Oh, oh, no way. I just landed that. I held on for dear life. I even hopped on the hubba. That was crazy. I think that's a new learn. I don't think I've ever done that before. So, all right, I want to try to lip slide this clamshell right here. I haven't done it in a long time. Okay, I think I got that. Okay, a little faster now. Oh my God, dude, I wasn't even leaning in and I still got all the way around. Oh, there we go. All right, we finna hop in this bowl, get a little line.
Oh my God.
Manny? T-bug. Triple whip. Oh my God, almost dead. Run that up. Oh my. Oh, let me catch a breath and do it again. There is no excuse for me not landing that back to back. There we go. Frontside heel. All right, before we get into the next segment, let me do an untwist and then we'll butter on the quarter. I barely landed that. Okay, now let me talk to you guys about the differences between park and street. The main difference between these two riding styles is obviously the obstacles that you ride. That being said, there's a lot of stereotypes that each side will say about each other. Like park riders being cringe and having no style, and the park riders will tell the street riders that they can't even do an overhead. And the argument just goes on and on and on. This separation and stigma used to be a lot worse back when core street riding was more predominant. But nowadays, these hybrid riders have shut up both sides because the street riders can respect their style and the park riders can respect their trick difficulty and trick combinations. Core riders are honestly the most toxic thing I think that exists in the scootering community, but if you disagree, let me know down in the comments below. The last main difference between street and park riding is the way they choose to showcase their riding styles. Like I mentioned earlier, the YouTube versus Instagram thing, there is a lack of video parts when it comes to park riding, which again, I said I will be stepping up to fill that void. Now let's strap that GoPro back on. Now that we're kind of in the final GoPro segment, I'm finna ride a little harder. I haven't hit big bull gap in a little while, so let's get a nice old jump over it. Let's do a 360. 3-bar rewind. Okay, I haven't tried to do a quint whip since I was on a 19.5. My deck is like triple the size it used to be last time I did that. Well, triple the size. I had a 19.5, now I have a 22. 2.5 inches, which is a solid amount actually. When looking back on that, I thought it was a quad whip, but it actually was a quint. So since I got that close, I might as well land it. Oh! Oh, second tee. My heels did not like that, but I still got it. I still got it in me on the 22. Back to the bowl. Try whip bar, then we'll try to 2-7 lip, and then we'll hit a whip front. Oh my God, my feet weren't even on the deck when I went to the lip slide. Whip front. All right, I wanna get like 1 or 2 bull gap thangers before we go into the final segment of this video. Honestly, I'm gonna just improvise. We'll do one more. I got an idea for the last one. That was almost bad. I was trying not to follow my knees. Goal not accomplished. Here we go. Let's get into the final segment of this video. This is the part of the video where I help you choose what riding style you want to ride. Now, this is the most important part of the video, so please listen to this. You cannot be a well-rounded, good street rider if you did not ride park first. Yes, there are those randoms that figured it out and it worked for them, but for the most part, you need to learn these fundamentals that you learn from park riding to be able to then put over into street riding, and you will be a better rider. So if you came to this video to figure out whether you wanted to ride park or street and you just started scootering, the answer is park riding. Park riding is where you will learn how to get the basics down to be able to apply in any situation of any style of riding you want to do. I've seen little kids at the skate park with big street decks and I just cringe because I know it's actually hindering their riding and progression. 7-year-old Timmy cannot learn how to tail whip with a 22-inch long deck. And even if he did, it took him a lot longer than 7-year-old Jimmy, who had a 18 long pandemonium that weighed 1 pound. Now on the other side of things, if you have been riding for a little while and you have the basics down, now it's time to start rounding out your trick abilities. Because if you're coming to the skate park and you can kickless, but you can't board slide a rail, that's a problem. Now that you figured out what riding style you want to do, there's also parts that come with that. If you're in the market for scooter parts when it comes to the style you want to apply to, Fuzion Pro Scooters has got it all for you. Fuzion Pro Scooters has basic entry-level completes ranging up all the way to pro completes. And even if you're past getting a complete scooter and you're looking for aftermarket parts, they got you covered for that too. Fuzion has very good aftermarket parts, which I ride personally, all catered to light pro park riding. Now, if you're in the market for a street scooter, Fuzion's got that too. They have a street complete scooter as well, and they have an aftermarket deck, which I personally ride, that is 5.5 by 22. If you're looking for anything bigger than that, Trinity Pro Scooters Scooter shop has got you covered for decks that are above 5.5 inches wide. They got anything ranging all the way up to 7 inches wide. Now, if you're trying to save money, you go to the Fuzion website, check out. You can put in my discount code Logan10 to save yourself 10% off your entire purchase. And the same goes as well for Trinity Pro scooters. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of me breaking down street and park scootering. If you guys want me to make any of the other video suggestions I brought up throughout this video, let me know in the comments down below. Please like, comment, subscribe. Until the next time, see you guys. Bye-bye.
Yeah, go where we live in your heart be freezing. I got no meaning to be here still.